Welcome back to my channel, Petrol Heads. What I've gone and done is I am switching out the JB4 stuff, sorry Burger, but with the integration with Motiv ReFlex, that is the route I am taking. I'm going down the Motiv ReFlex, and this is the plus I can take advantage of. So in here you get this is the port injection connectors for a 6-cylinder engine. Now this plugs directly into the Reflex, which I'll show in a minute, and then off that you then have your wiring installation. So this grey socket, grey and orange, goes in that one down there. But Spool Performance, or is it Spool Motorsport, Spool someone, actually do a integrated harness where you'd have to splice into your DME with these. So you got to really find your DME, find the right colour cables and splice it in with this, which is, it's just asking for trouble having to do that and it not being done properly or the wrong cables. So Spool do make a harness for the B58 automatic Gen 2, which is mine. Yay, it's nice when something's available for Gen 2s. And that connects in here and it allows you to link it directly in through 4 connections into the car without cutting into anything. Very similar to the JB4, so it makes it very easy to install, very easy to remove. So that's the route I'm going down. So in here, I love the packaging. It's all magnetic. It's got this funky binary code on it. Very, very cool packaging. So inside here, you've actually got the controller itself. So I'll be able to use this on MHD Plus with advanced CAN bus, and it just gives me more control. So this means, so there's optional extras that you can plug into these connectors. There's extra sensors. So there's a low pressure fuel pump sensor, and there's also like an ethanol sensor. There's probably others, but because I've already got the CAN Flex, so for the flex fuel already integrated on the CAN bus, it's already linked in there. I've already got a low pressure fuel sensor, and I've obviously got the connection into the ethanol sensor and then I can switch it in the app to be JB or MHD, so flick that to MHD. So in theory, I'm waiting for Motiv to confirm this. I shouldn't need to buy those 2 extra parts. I should just be able to link into the system. So I'm going to take it across to Zatrix while the car's immobile, and I can't use it because it's got no turbo in it. I'm going to take it across to them, and they're going to rip out the JB4 and the JB4 connections, and they're going to put this in place of that. And then that's going to give me much better integration into, like I said, just trying to run JB4 up front with MHD backend maps. It's just not practical. It's hard to get a tune over here, and as I mentioned, no one really in the north really can tune that combination. So yes, and the great thing about the Reflex is you can directly connect it to a laptop over the little port here. So you've got one little port here, some kind of USB, and you can connect it to your laptop, and then using a laptop you've got access to all the controls, the firmware, the updates, to kind of like playing around with it. So the other thing I'm going to do is, I think I've over pivoted on the amount of fueling and how I've done the fuelings, having direct port meth, and then having that controlled by the JB4 and the MHD back end, and then that's controlling other bits. So it's just very, very messy. So what I'm going to do is almost take a step backwards, because my target now is 700 brake, and then it will be 1000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reroute port injection to be fuel-based port injection. So I'm going to disconnect the meth at the minute, and it's still going to be in the car, but it's just going to be inactive and not used. So I'm going to use because I've got the S58 injectors, and I've got the Dorch DS25 pump, high pressure fuel pumps. I'm going to use them for fueling. And the 550cc injectors that I've got in the, or whatever you want to call it, charge cooler, I'm going to use them. It's going to have it all running on fuel and deliver that at E50 and see what power I can get from that. And then once I've got the gearbox built, the engine built, and I want to open up more power, that's when I'll reintegrate the meth into the system, because meth is better at cooling and delivering that extra fueling. Sorry, the extra octane without putting the extra fuel in. So I'll probably ramp up the DI part of it and get that heavily putting fuel in there, and then obviously use the meth. So yeah, taking a bit of a step backwards to take a step forward, but what I'd rather do is run port fueling, so direct injection and the put E50, inject that into the engine and get a really sweet tune on that, and then get it running stable and nice at 700, and like I say, push that up and start reintegrating the meth when I want to kind of take it to the next level. Because obviously with my meth system I have got a secondary pump. Obviously the way I'm talking about doing port injection now, I'm going to obviously discard that pump for now. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for the roller coaster ride that is tuning my car, and there'll be more videos to come.